baked pumpkin cake donuts.
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone, starting off with a large bowl and 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Add to that 2 eggs and 1½ cups of white granulated sugar. Then add a teaspoon of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. If you can't find this stuff ready-made where you live, you can make your own. I'll put a recipe in the description box below the video. Then I added 15 ounces of pure pumpkin puree. Make sure you're using pure pumpkin and not pumpkin pie filling. Stir that together until it is nicely combined, and then gradually add in 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Blending it in until just combined. So once your batter is ready, it will be fairly thick. You can prepare your donut pan by greasing it. Now, I don't have a donut pan. What I do have are these little silicone donut molds, and they happen to fit perfectly into the cavities of my whoopie pie pan, if you're wondering what that is. I grease them with a little bit of cooking spray, put the batter in a piping bag, and just pipe them in. Now keep in mind this batter is very thick and it is not self-leveling, which means that the way it looks right there after it's baked, that's exactly how it's going to look when it's done. So make sure it's nice and smooth if that's what you want. You can also put these in muffin molds if you don't want to make donuts. And there they are after baking for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. As you can see, they puff up a little bit, but they stay very much the same. Now let them cool a little bit, and while they're still warm, pop them out of the molds and dip them into some cinnamon sugar, which is basically like 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar with a couple of teaspoons of cinnamon mixed in. I really like the way these little fluted ones turned out. I thought they were really attractive looking. Then put them on a rack and allow them to cool completely. And here are the completed donuts. If you enjoy pumpkin flavor in desserts, you're gonna love these. The pumpkin pie spice is also very good. These are great with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. But this is not a recipe I'm going to make again. The reason why is the texture. Now, if you can see on your screen right now, the center of the donuts, they're very dense. There's not a lot of air bubbles in there. I found them a little bit doughy even after baking for the full amount and baking so that when you put a toothpick in, they came out clean. A little bit too moist and too doughy for my taste. And also make sure if you make these, you store them in an uncovered container at room temperature. If you cover that container, there's so much moisture inside of those donuts that that sugar mixture will melt and they'll get all kind of wet and sticky and not very appealing at all. So kind of not a fail recipe, but not one I'll probably make again for myself and my family. Thanks for watching. So you're at the end of the video and now you see a big red subscribe button and a cute hamster. Now, why should you click on that red subscribe button or look for the subscribe link in the description box below the video? Well, one thing I can guarantee you is that every single video that I make is real. You'll get real, honest recipe evaluations. If I make a mistake, I will show it and I will show you how not to do the same thing. And I always offer improvements on existing recipes. Now, if you're looking for a cooking channel that has hundreds of videos and that every single one is the best thing they've ever tasted and is completely perfect, my channel's not for you because there's some real stuff going on here. This is a real cook. This is real. It's really real, really.